morning. It's Thursday. So here's a lighter. Okay? Snap, spark, big flame, right? It's got to turn it way up. But I can turn it down and I get a smaller flame, right? And still, the small flame is enough to light the candle. That's what we're talking about today.
Hey, Boo Boo. Let's go get some picnic baskets. Hey, Boo Boo. Hey, Thursday. We're out here in the meadow. A beautiful blue sky day. I hope you're enjoying that here. So, have you ever noticed with a forest fire, my apologies to California, Australia, wherever else there are massive forest fires going on, that it doesn't need to be started by, a gasoline tanker exploding or a, a, a meteor landing, crashing into the earth and starting a fire. No, it can start if I managed to get that little video of me this morning lighting the one candle with the lighter where I turn down the power of the lighter and it just has this tiny little flame. And all you need is the wick of the candle to start the flame. And I'm done with the lighter, by the way. The lighter has done its job. So what if the lighter is that first spark that you need to light the something else, right? Like the candle. Because then the candle is going. You've started it. And yet the lighter is our challenge. I should have brought one as a prop. Right? You know when the lighter has no fuel? You can click and spark and you can see little sparks all day and it's not going to get a flame. And then what we really want, of course, is to light the candle. And maybe the candle we use to then light the fireplace. But the fireplace still needs some kindling and then some bigger pieces of wood to keep it going. And then guess what? You need to stoke the fire. And you need to add bigger logs onto the fire. And then you need to keep working on the fire, right? If you want to go through the evening, these are back in the days when like fireplaces were allowed. But remember where it started? Tiny little bit of that fuel in that lighter with a little spark. That's it. And then that can light the candle. So it has done its job. That spark is done. It lit the candle. The candle is going to go for several hours, right? In fact, that's kind of funny. I just bought candles that one said 6 hours and one said 8 hours. It's a little taller. Quality of the wax is probably a little better. It can go longer. Same spark, same flame, yet it can last longer. And it all started from that tiny little spark. So Bradley, this is wonderful. I'm really enjoying the scenery here. Blue sky's great, the meadow, the whole get up. Yet where, please tell me, are you going with this? How long is he going to go on about the candle and the spark? You know where I'm going with this, right? I mean, if you know me at all, you know what I've been working on, then we're going for something that's going to spark a change, spark a movement, spark progress, a process, a system, a plan, a habit, a routine. And yeah, I'm probably going to talk about books. So I've had the worst book ever. Speaking of sparks, I've even had a program called Spark where parents wrote a book together with their kids. In fact, the kids brought up the idea and then maybe the parents wrote it depending on the age of the kids. Worst book ever. We had two programs for that and people got over the idea of there needs to be a meteor shower for them to write their book. In other words, they need to have the best book ever. Nope. We started with the worst book ever. And guess what? It started. It started the flame that lit the candle of their worst book. And they got that worst book done. So during both of those programs, I got a lot of technical questions and sort of administrative and process and like, where do I upload the file? Where do I write my book? How do I get it into the EPUB format so I can make the ebook, the digital book? How do I do all that stuff? So now, and I have a book, by the way, that I wrote in one morning. I even recorded the audiobook in the same morning. Uploaded it all. And it's called The One Word Book That Will Probably Change Your Life. Yes, the book is really one word, I swear. You're going to have to go get the book to find out what the one word is. Catch my little hint there, my little drop of a tease. So, when we get back to it, some of you have asked me, Bradley, just give me the nuts and bolts. Just give me the structure on how to do the book. And yet, you could write some gibberish. I mean, that might be the worst book ever. I'm also working with two friends on a program called the Anti-Book, at least that was the current name, whereas you want to write about whatever, happiness, and you're going to write about, sadness. And because you really want to write a happiness, but you can't because it's your big scary book and you're scared of it, so you need to write the opposite book. So it's like the opposite book, anti-book. So I have a lot of different programs to get you unstuck, to break you through the barriers, the fears, the ceilings, the walls, whatever it is that's holding you back. And yet, there's still the technical aspect of the actual book writing process. Where do I put the file? Where do I actually, type in words, right? How do I do that stuff? So now I am working on a little mini course called The Shortest Book Ever. You can go to sbe.repossible.com, shortest book ever. And in that little mini course, it's just going to be the nuts and bolts to how to get your book done. Not fancy philosophies and strategies and psychologies about how to get into your character's mind and how to structure a nonfiction book. Nope. Just the chapters, this formatting, the structure, the tools you need to make this all happen. That's all in shortest book ever. And I personally think you should try to make this a real book. If you want to go with my one word book, go with that. Maybe make it 10, maybe 100. Go crazy, right? But the shortest book ever, because why do I really want you to do this? Or I should take that back. I don't care. Sorry. But I don't. I don't care if you don't do this. I care about you when you do this, because then we're going to get to the hidden benefits, the unseen, unimagined surprises, the unexpected future that happens when that spark flickers and lights that candle, which then goes to light the fire or even the forest fire. Sorry, again, California and Australia. But that forest fire was started with the same spark, same little thing. So it's up to you what that spark ignites. Does it ignite you to write one little book? Awesome. Broke through. Cool. Does it help you to write a lead magnet book, like a freebie for your business, for your entrepreneurial pursuits? And you have a short book on one topic, super niche, that you're going to use as a lead magnet to attract attention to your bigger items? Just like my one book. My one book is going to lead to the shortest book ever course. Boom, boom, boom. Or maybe it'll lead to a career in writing. That's fine, but that's absolutely not my goal here. My goal is for you to break through. My goal is for you to get the ideas out of your head, all of the stuff that comes in, and let it out. And what usually holds us back is the procrastination, the perfection, the delays, all those characters that most of us have, usually all of, and how to get them out of the way so we can create this one little thing and start that little spark, which is going to start that fire. That's it. That's all we're talking about. Shortest book ever. sbe.repossible.com. Go check it out. Actually, it doesn't exist yet, but go check it out and sign up, and I'll let you know when doors are open to get your first book. Maybe it's your worst book, maybe it's your shortest book, but it's only that until you have another book. So I really want to get through that first one so that we can get to the second one, because then who knows? Like, where's that candle going to go? If I lit this tree on fire, which probably would not be a smart thing to do, that's where that little candle, same little spark, boom. Where's that spark going to take you? Where's that first short, tiny little book going to take you next? What might it open up in you? What might it spark? Because, by the way, that candle can light another candle. That candle can light another candle. All of this, it can light a big candle. That can light a fireplace. It all started from that same spark, and that first spark is your first action towards getting it out of you, letting it out of you, And in my humble world, it's through a short book. I'm Bradley Charbonneau. This is Thursday Thunder and the Repossible Podcast, introducing today Worldwide Declaration of the Shortest Book Ever. Check it out at sbe.repossible.com. I'll see you on the inside, and we'll get that first book, that worst book, that shortest book done.